You are cautious, though, in terms of a warning. We shouldn't squander the progress that we've made. I came from the office this morning. Tokyo has a hotspot. There are risks out there. We've made progress, but you have a salutary warning in terms of don't squander what we've achieved.
Yeah. Well, I think, to be honest with you, like many great leaders in this room, but a month ago we start planning for the possible September, October lockdown, because there's nothing guaranteed. What we learn from this unfortunate, scary event is that there's nothing guaranteed. I had to hop to my office in Serbia 2 weeks ago, and nobody was wearing any mask. People were living normal life. I had to do the same, and now they've got a curfew after 6 or 7 p.m. I think there's a lot of issues over there. It's still safe, but things are not guaranteed. Things do change quickly, so we are moving forward, and we are very optimistic. The government have done an unbelievable job, and Your Excellency, I really want to thank you and everyone else that's involved in the government, federal or local. Just unbelievable what happened in this country. So we want to keep that, and we want to guard that, because we don't want to go back to those, I call them dark days and nights. And running big businesses like all of you and like myself, I think we probably had muscle pain, stomach pain for a whole 2 months. We didn't know where this thing is going, because we're not used to this. I don't care how brilliant you are, but this is an attack on humanity. So I hope we learn.
And as you say, we take the precautionary measures. We did more so perhaps here than other nations. I know that earlier you had said you expect normality to return. When you look at the figures, do you still think normality will return? Do you still think it's the middle of next year, or are you more optimistic now since you last made that statement?
I think most of us, we really believe in science. A lot of people putting a lot of the emphasis on scientists working all over the place. I think I'm more optimistic than some of my friends. So I think science will come and save us. But also we are learning, we're becoming better human beings. We are respecting ourselves, we're respecting social distances and the whole, all the guidelines. I think yes. I think next year we should, of course, some industries will do better than other industries. I mean, even if the world is safe, how many older people will be comfortable to go and travel? That's another thing. But I'm optimistic that next year, this time, we should be in a good shape.
So the middle of next year, you think you could see the business back at normality? Yeah. I want to get a sense of where you are in strategy. There's defense. We've all gone into defense mode. Bloomberg, a multitude of brands around the world. If I look at your businesses, it very much was defense first. You cut hard, you cut fast. I just want to get a sense, is it about protecting the businesses now with cash? Is that the number one priority for you?
I think number one priority, and again, I would say that most of the businessmen in this room, I don't think it's how fast you can move that week or that month. Is that how well and how prepared your organization last year to deal with something that could go wrong in the world? Of course, nobody expected this. But the truth is that how good is your organization? How good is your talent? How good is your technology to be able to deal with this? Some organizations, they have good talent, but poor balance sheet. It doesn't work. So I think many of us, we have just basically run organization really well, tight, not taking anything for granted. And honestly, many people, in your last conference in Abu Dhabi, I said to people, listen, this Christmas is not going to last. So I went with my team and many of the people here. We rebuilt our balance sheet. We visited our talent. We visited our debt levels, all that. We canceled some stuff, knowing that this Christmas in the world have gone too far. But I wish somebody told us about the virus. We could have done a better job,
Well,
so we got lucky.
Yeah, that's about preparing the balance sheet, though, is that that's the defensive trade. And in the eye of this storm, we've seen lots and lots of companies, similar to yours, raise cash, raise capital, raise loans, raise debt. Where are you in that process? Is it cash? Is it loans? When you look at the balance sheet, just talk us through what you're doing.
Well, as I said, I think we started about a year and a half ago, and we are lucky. Well, I don't think we are smart. We were just paranoid. What can go wrong? You know, because the U.S. economy was flying out of the window for many reasons we don't want to talk about, and we know that this cannot last. So we went back and we did this. We did a lot of work with Alex Partners actually about a year and a half ago. So we've adjusted our debts. We made sure that there's the debt to cash ratios. We went into our talent. We look at our business plan. We canceled some stuff. We put some stuff forward. So if you ask me today, actually we're not doing much about debt. We're not doing much about cash because that's all, thank God. This is all in good place, but at the same time you get affected because you have big malls business where you tell your retailers, I'm not going to take rent from you, I'm going to take only percentage of rent. That's a big hit on your cash flow. You have collection that you get from your customers that you've been selling 15-20 billion a year. That collection is slowing. So can your cash position and can your balance sheet and your cash flow, can it handle that? So for us, thank God it can handle. But again, I would say the past month and a half, even our collection is moving upward in the right direction. And
so people are able to pay you incrementally more rent?
We have, besides the rent, we are leaving the rent now is that we're working with retailers to say, listen, we'll just take percentage of your rent as the market improve. We'll work together with you. During good days, we made money. Bad days, we'll carry each other. That's okay. On the collection side, which is the biggest business for us, which is our real estate side of all the stuff we've sold, we have a backlog of about 50 billion. That we are really impressed that the collection now is almost like 95% of pre-COVID, which is a big number for us on a weekly basis.